and we don't need to transport the energy, so it's more reliable as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thomas, there's another question from Yasser in Nigeria, and he's asking, so emerging markets such as Nigeria are incredibly tariff rate sensitive. How can enPower.life, for example, fix this friction?
Yeah, I mean, from our business model, from our point of view, we have like we are not depending on the oil price, for example, or other price fluctuations. So we have the front up investment, and then we can keep the price. So, and of course, the market price could go up and down, because if it's depending on the oil or depending on coal or other energy, so then you have a price fluctuation, but we invest one time. Principally, our energy is we getting the energy from the sun, and it has always the same price. Yeah, and the investment is front up. So that's why we are very stable with the price.
Okay, good. So, and there is another question from Bangladesh. So, Farhana is asking why diesel? Can we use fuel cell as this is green? So, can we have, so in other words, can we have hybrid systems with solar and fuel cell or something like that?
Yeah, the case is, okay, this is maybe misleading. We don't want to install diesel generators. So they are already on the place. So because the grid is not reliable, a lot of people invest in diesel generators. So that's why we have this diesel hybrid. Yeah, but we can use hybrids with other technologies, of course, as well. The issue with the solar is, of course, that we have only during the daytime the energy. So we need to how to say, if we need like 24-hour 24/7, then we need like to storage the energy, and then it start to be, that's why we have this type of hybrid systems as well. But the diesel is already on place, so we don't deliver a diesel generator. Yeah, we can, yeah.
Okay, good. And we have a question from India, and it's Bhuvan is asking, is the bond issued for a specific project or for a group of projects managed by enPower.life?
Yeah, we have like, it's for a group of projects. So because we need like a risk sharing on the other side. Yeah, if we have like, the bond is like in one budget, and out of this we invest in different projects. Yeah, so it's not connected project by project, but of course we announced our portfolio where we invest.
Okay, awesome. So I think, okay, more question is coming up from Jordan. If you couple another source of energy, doesn't it have be of lower cost or not necessarily?
Once again, please.
So the question is, if we couple another source of energy, would it be lower cost or cheaper, or not necessarily? I can also.
So yeah, principally we have like a mixed price. In the end, we have like some kilowatt hours provided from us, some coming from another source, maybe hydropower, and then we have like a diesel and the grid. So all together, from the client point of view, give a mixed price. Yeah. So, and it could be that we are we need to be the mixed price going down, but it's a quite complex calculation, because you never know where your energy is coming from. But in true, we are reducing the price, because nobody is buying the energy just because it's green, even we want to. So we need to have a good price, which is probably cheaper than the other energy types. I don't know if does it answer the question, but a type of
somehow. So
okay.
Principally, I would say, so it's not necessarily but it can be cheaper or higher. It depends on what technology we use in parallel and what the client has and how the load profile is. So these are the main, I would say, three angles. So, okay, sounds good. And do we have any other questions? Anyone wants to speak or any other question? We are almost out of time, actually, but if you have question, we can answer one or two other questions. Otherwise, we can call for today. So, okay.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
maybe I have a question to the
Sure.
auditor. Does it? I mean, since we starting this serial now, so does it fit your expectation? Yeah. Do you think it was useful information? Yeah, and then a question to Bezat: when is the next webinar?
So principally, the next webinar would be 2 weeks from now. So we will have a webinar every other week, and we will send the topic and detailed information soon to our in our communication channels like LinkedIn, and our I will also since we have the email of all participants, we will directly send them the information regarding to the upcoming webinar. So we have another question to us, which, so how can we get to work with enPower.life in our respective countries? I will take this one. So you can principally participate I would say it would be the next webinar, which we are speaking about franchisees and how you can become a franchisee if you want to, and different levels that we have for our franchisees. So we already established our franchises in Uganda. We just started and we are growing in other countries like Bangladesh, but if there is any upcoming country, we are always welcome, and we would love to speak with you about our franchisee model and how you can become a franchisee. So, but back to Tuma's question about this webinar, just you can rate us from 1 to 5. So 5 would be you're satisfied, 1 would be you don't want to hear from us anymore. So you can just write in the chat room, and you can just leave the number from 1 to 5, how happy you were with this webinar and how was it comparing to your expectations?
Yeah, if you give us the highest rate, so please share it with your friends and everybody. If you're not satisfied, give us a feedback and keep it for yourself.
Sure. Okay, everyone, thank you for participating, and I hope you enjoyed the webinar and you learned about enPower.life enough that we can continue this conversation. So in our upcoming webinars, we're speaking about the franchisees, we are speaking about our technical part, we're speaking about our tariff structure, how is it working, and all those. So we are kind of going to the details, but this webinar was more general and generally about the whole concept, about the entire enPower.life and so on. So, and we already have one, I would say, positive feedback from one of the participants that it was interesting, and looking forward to hear more. So thank you all, and we will.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think we can keep the chat on a bit. We would go offline, but we can keep the chat for another 10 minutes.